All right, we are back on the Rutherford versus Robert Michael Bashara. People ready for the next witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Call him, please. Sir, please give your name and your spelling to the gentleman sitting here.
William Sept.
Spell it for him.
Oh,
Last
I'm
name,
sorry.
please.
S-C-H-A-T-Z.
Tenant for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right
I'm
hand,
sorry.
sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. Please have a seat. You may begin when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you please tell us your name?
William Sept.
Can you spell your last name for us?
S-C-H-A-T-Z.
Thank you. In 2011 and 2012, did you live at a building in St. Clair Shores?
Yes, sir, I did.
Who is your landlord?
Bob Bashara.
Do you see Mr. Bashara in court today?
Yes, I do.
Can you point him out and tell me what he's wearing?
Right there, he's wearing a jail uniform.
For the record, the witness has identified the person and defendant.
So noted.
Thank you. When you first moved in, did you live upstairs or downstairs?
When I first moved, I moved upstairs.
Okay. Did there come a time where you moved to a downstairs apartment?
Yes,
Why?
because my wife is diabetic and she can't do stairs, she can't do high floors. She blacks out and falls down.
Okay. So your wife is diabetic, and so you wanted to move to an apartment that was more
Well,
conducive to,
right.
to her use. Okay.
Yes.
And did you contact the landlord to make that move?
Yes, I did.
And that's Mr. Bashara?
Yes.
And did you tell him the reason?
Yes, I did.
You told him that your wife was diabetic?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Did he charge you at all for that move?
He did, yes.
What did he charge you?
He said he needs a couple $100 more for me to move downstairs.
And did you pay him cash, or did you pay him in another way?
Objection relevant, Your Honor.
Why is that relevant?
It goes to Mr. Bashara's use of handyman and how he conducts his payment.
Oh, okay. Overruled. You may proceed.
Did you pay him cash, or did you pay him in other ways?
In other ways.
What other ways?
By doing jobs around the unit, the apartment complex.
And eventually, did you pay off whatever he
Yes,
wanted?
yes, I did.
When you first moved in, did you notice a Cadillac in the apartment complex?
Yes, I did.
What color was that Cadillac?
Like a yellowish color.
Do you know who owned that Cadillac?
Bob Bashara.
How do you know that?
How? Because he kept asking me if I knew somebody that wanted to buy it, and I did have friends look at it, and they really wasn't interested. It's old looking stuff like that.
Do you know how much you wanted to sell it for?
He told me at first he wanted $4,000 for it.
I want to draw your attention to about November, around Thanksgiving of 2011.
Okay.
Did you come into contact with Mr. Bashara around that time?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, Bashara came to my house and asked me for some diabetic needles and said his mom needed them. And my wife don't use needles, she takes the pill.
Okay. So he came and asked for diabetic supplies.
Right.
Was he asking specifically for insulin?
Yes.
And did you offer to give him any insulin?
No.
Why not?
Because my wife don't use insulin, my wife does not use the needle, she takes the pill. And that's what her doctor has her on right now. But they had to do an upper dose because of she's still now blacking out again.
Okay. Was he asking specifically for an injectable type of insulin?
He said diabetic insulin. He said you inject yourself with.
Do you recall giving a statement to Detective Matuk on February 24th, 2012?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I want to move on. Did you have a conversation with a new tenant in the building?
Yes, I did.
And what did you tell that tenant?
Mayor, I'm going to
Two.
object to relevance. Maybe we have a time frame or something.
We'll get there. When did you have that conversation?
The day that she started moving in.
Okay. And about what month and what year?
Oh my God.
Okay, who started moving in?
Okay.
I missed something.
Let me start again. In the beginning of 2012, did you have a conversation with a tenant who was just moving in?
Yes,
Okay. And what did you tell that tenant?
I told.
Objection. And it's, I don't know how it's relevant at this point, what he told another tenant. And it is hearsay.
Response?
I'll move on.
Okay.
All right.
Just fine.
After you had that conversation, did Mr. Bashara come to you?
Yes, he did.
And what did Mr. Bashara say to you?
If I don't shut my mouth, that he's going to throw my butt out of my apartment for good, off the property.
Okay. At that time, did he say anything about his wife?
No.
Do you remember, or are you saying that he didn't say anything?
He didn't say anything at that time, no.
Okay.
He was just all upset because I was telling another tenant to watch out for his hot temper.
Okay. Did you know him to have a hot temper?
Yes.
Did you ever have a conversation with Mr. Bashara in which he referenced his wife after she died?
About a week ago, after she died, about a week ago, yes.
About a week after she died, you had a conversation where he talked about her.
Yes.
What did he say?
He said that I didn't kill her, I didn't have nothing to do with it.
What was the context of that? Did you ask him that question?
Well, it was just, I was like, I'm sorry to hear about your wife passing away, and I feel bad. And that's when he brought it up. I didn't have nothing to do with it, I didn't kill her.
Do you know a person by the name of Rachel?
Rachel, yes.
How do you know that person?
Because Bob brought her to the apartment unit on a nice, hot, sunny day. They had a barbecue. They were doing hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff like that.
Is that the only time you saw her?
Yes.
How did you think that she was related to Mr. Bashara?
Because when I went downstairs to get the food, she's like, "Hi, I'm Rachel Gillette." And I was like, ain't he married? Why is he with another woman? Because that's what your conscience is going to start thinking.
Okay.
And
So you knew at that time that he was married?
yeah, that's what I kept hearing around the unit, and everybody's telling me he's married or whatever.
You had heard that he was married?
Right.
In June of 2012, did you ever compose a letter at that apartment building?
Yes.
Were you alone when you were composing the letter?
No.
Who was with you?
Stephanie.
Do you know anything more about Stephanie?
No.
Who that is?
No.
Had you ever met her before?
No.
Okay.
Bob brought her over to the apartment unit, and he said, "I want you to write up a letter." And he had Stephanie, one of his family members, Stephanie, go to the deck with a laptop. And then after she was doing her thing, he left, and me and her sat down.
Okay. So, Mr. Bashara brought over a family member named Stephanie.
Right.
Right. And then, did she have a computer with her?
Yes, a laptop.
Okay. Did you tell her what to put in the letter?
No, I was just told that if I didn't say that he didn't do it or whatever.
Objection, Judge. Whatever he was told clearly is hearsay, and I don't even know who's telling him.
And I'm going to clarify that at this point. Move on. Did you tell Stephanie what to write in the letter?
Yes.
Did anyone else tell Stephanie what to write in the letter?
Bob told me if I don't say what he wanted me to say in the letter, that he's going to throw my ass out of the apartment. He's going to evict me.
He made that threat to you again at that point?
Yes.
And this is in June of 2012?
Yes.
At some point, did Stephanie and Mr. Bashara leave?
Yes, they did.
Do you know, did they tell you where they were going?
They said they're going to some store in Grosse Pointe to get copies of it, and they'll be back for me to sign it.
Did they return?
Bashara did.
And did you sign that letter?
Yes, I did.
Showing you what's been marked as equals 112. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
That is a letter that Stephanie wrote up, and I did sign it.
This is the letter we've just been talking about?
Yes.
Move to it at 112, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I know if we previously stipulated that, I don't know what the relevance is of that letter that was written 6 months after the event that we're talking about, and I haven't heard anything from this witness that indicates that it has any relevance.
Your Honor, I think it's completely relevant to witness intimidation. A character reference letter that was written and signed at the insistence of the defendant is witness intimidation.
Witness intimidation.
He,
That actually goes to one of the counts.
yes.
Objection overruled. And what, that was exhibit 112?
That's correct.
Is there an objection to the admission of 112?
Not the same objection, but I understand the court's ruling.
Court will receive and admit people's proposed exhibit 112 over defense counsel's objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. I want to draw your attention to a conversation in a laundry room, okay? Did there come a time where you had a conversation with the defendant in the laundry room?
Yes.
And is that the laundry room at the St. Clair Shores apartment?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe the laundry room for me? Is there one door? How many doors are there?
One door.
One door? Were you in the laundry room alone?
At first I was when I first started doing my laundry.
Okay.
And then,
did someone come in?
yes,
Who came in first?
Bob Bashara.
Okay. Did someone else come in?
Yes, Tommy.
A person by the name of Tommy?
Yes.
How do you know that his name was Tommy? How do you know Tommy?
Because he lived upstairs from us in the same apartment building.
Okay. And you had seen him around the apartment?
Yeah.
Do you know his last name?
No, I do not.
Okay. You just know him as Tommy?
Right.
Okay. The defendant and Tommy came in, and what happened next?
Tommy told me to leave Bob Bashara alone, that he has nothing to do with his wife's death. For me to back off Bob Bashara, that him and Bob Bashara are his best friends, they were buddies, and that for me to quit spreading rumors about Bob and to leave Bob alone.
Okay. Did Mr. Bashara, how big is the laundry room?
It's like, I don't know, from here to that last camera over there. It's a little bit
Okay.
bigger, you know, enough size.
About 20 feet?
About that, yeah.
Okay. And was the door open or closed when
When
Tommy
Tommy
started
walked
talking?
in, he closed the door.
Tommy closed the door.
Right.
Okay. Did Mr. Bashara say anything to let you know that he either agreed or disagreed with Tommy?
He said he agreed with everything that Tommy said.
So Tommy spoke first. Mr. Bashara said he agreed.
Right.
And then did he say anything else?
Not that time, no.
Did Tommy say anything about not wanting you to talk to the police?
Yes, yeah. Tommy said, quit talking to detectives, quit talking to the police. He said that because I'm making the apartment building look bad, having all the police come over all the time talking to me.
And how did all of those statements make you feel?
I was scared of them too. It's like I am now. I'm like petrified.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness? Showing you what's been marked, and I believe that will be stipulated to as People's 99. Do you recognize? what I'm handing
Oh
you?
my God, oh, yes.
What did I hand you?
Tommy's picture,
That's the person who was in the laundry room with you?
yes.
Move to admit, Your Honor.
No objection.
Proceed.
Nothing further at this time, Your Honor.
Cross-examine.
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may step down.
Did you tell him?
Judge, the 110 and 111 of those IS transcripts.
Sorry.
110 and 111 of the IS transcripts.
Thank you.
You get that, Mr. Cooper? Pardon me? Exhibits 110 and 111 of the IS.
He's a little busy right now. We have stricken because you're not a member of the, right? That's why I didn't put you on. That's one of the reasons.
Watch your step up here. Please no speak. Sir, please give your name and spelling to the gentleman seated right front of you.
Okay, Gregory A. Baraco,
Spell your last name.
B-A-R-R-A-C-O,
I'm sorry.
B-A-R-R-A-C-O.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Thank you. Tell me your name, sir.
Gregory Baraco,
Can you spell us your last name, sir?
B-A-R-R-A-C-O, Gregory.
Mr. Baraka, how old are you today?
I'm 57.
Okay. Now, do you know an individual by the name of Joseph Gens?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you known Mr. Gens?
I know him for a long time, but then I just ran into him about almost a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Okay. You met him some years ago, right?
Yeah,
But, yes?
yeah.
But recently you ran into him, said about a year and a half ago?
Year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that, yeah.
And when you reconnected with him a couple of years ago, did you and Mr. Gens start hanging out again or become friends?
Yeah, we're just having coffee and going out to eat.
Okay. You'd hang out with them sometimes?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes?
yeah.
Sometimes go out to eat with them?
Yeah, and go out to eat and have coffee.
Have coffee? Okay. Did you also hang out with another individual by the name of Steve Ragona?
Yes, sir.
Was he part of your group?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah.
You have to say yes or no, yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So it wouldn't be uncommon for the three of you to hang out, go out for coffee, have something to eat, right?
Right.
Now, I'm going to take you to the time period between Thanksgiving and Christmas of 2011. You with me?
Yeah,
Okay. During that time period, sir, you knew Mr. Gens, right?
yeah,
At that time, he was a friend of yours, right?
yep,
And you'd see him from time to time, correct?
right,
Okay. Mr. Pagona was also in your circle in that time period, correct?
right.
Okay. Now, in that time period between Thanksgiving and Christmas of 2011, did Mr. Gens ask anything unusual of you?
Yeah, he asked me if I help him hurt somebody in Girls Point with a big car. Eh?
Under the state of mind.
This is for statements in furtherance of the conspiracy. I'm sorry, what did he say to you, sir?
He asked me if I help him hurt somebody in Girls Point.
Did he indicate to you that he was being paid for that?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah.
Did he indicate how much money he was being paid?
I think he said $5,000.
Okay. Did he indicate how he was going to hurt the lady in Grosse Pointe?
He wanted to hit her with a big car.
Did he indicate who the lady was?
No,
Okay. Did he indicate who asked him to hurt the lady in Grosse Pointe?
he mentioned something. I think it was Bob. I think.
You think it was Bob?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah.
Did he mention Bob's last name?
No,
Okay. So he said, you think the guy's name was Bob, right?
yeah,
Okay. But Mr. Gens did say $5,000
Yeah,
and to hurt some lady in the car, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I
You ever-
try to
Sorry?
kill her or something like that.
Try to kill her or try to hurt her?
Yeah, right, try to hurt her, like,
Did Mr. Gens explain how it was he was going to try to kill or hurt the lady in the car?
he just said that he wanted to hit her car with a big car. He asked where I could buy a big car at.
Did Mr. Gens tell you anything about the lady's car from Grosse Pointe?
No,
Okay, did he take a type of a car?
no, he never told me.
Okay. Did he,
I kind of figured it out because he said it was a,
just tell me what he said, okay?
that's all I said.
Okay. He didn't mention a type of car?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Now, when Mr. Gens asked you this to help him hurt or kill this lady, what did you say, Mr. Braca?
I said, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that crazy stuff. And walk back inside and ate my hamburger. I was at Travis.
Okay. You were at Travis Coffee Shop?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah,
Okay. You said you wanted nothing to do with it.
right.
Now, did he ask you on more than one occasion?
Almost 3 times.
Okay. What, all those 3 times,
I told him the same question.
you told him the same answer, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Was what he wanted you to do the same thing, hurt some lady in a car?
Yeah.
Did he ever give you any more details, Mr. Braca, about how the lady was going to get hurt?
No, I never gave him.
It was still a lady from Grosse Pointe?
Right.
He never gave you a last name, just said
No.
Bob, right?
Right.
Okay. And just said he was getting $5,000, right?
Right.
And every time he asked you to help him, you said no, right?
Right.
You didn't help him, did you?
No.
Okay. Now I want to fast forward to sometime toward the end of January of 2012, sir. Were you asked sometime in January around in 2012 to pick up Mr. Gens from McDonald's?
Yeah, I was with Francis, who was home laying down, and I got a phone call. He called about me 5, 6 times. He was in a hurry to get out of McDonald's on 11 and Gratiot.
Okay, so you're at some other location with someone named Francis, right?
Yeah, I was at my house.
I'm sorry?
I was at my house.
Your house?
Laying down.
And you get a call?
Yeah, he called me about 5, 6 times.
When you say he, who are you talking about?
Joe Gens called me.
All right. And did you finally talk to Joe Gens on the telephone?
I talked to him once or twice, and he talked to Francis
Okay. What did he ask you when you talked to him?
to pick him up.
Okay. How did he sound on the phone when you talked to him?
Kind of nervous.
Okay. How could you tell he was nervous?
This is the way he sounded on the phone, you know.
You known him you known him at that time for a couple of years, right?
Yeah,
And can you tell when he's nervous?
yeah.
How is he behave differently when he's nervous?
Well, that day he was walking back and forth with smoking a cigarette. He never does it unless he's nervous.
Okay. Well, on the phone, you don't see him walking back. and
No,
forth.
right.
But could you tell from his voice on the phone that something was bothering him?
Kind of, because the voice sounded a little lower than before.
And was he in a hurry for you to pick him up?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you and Francis go pick him up at McDonald's?
Yeah, 'cause my car was sitting in McDonald's.
Now, why was your car at McDonald's?
Well, we sat there, we had a hamburger and fry, and then we took off because I didn't have much gas, so we drove her van to my house, and we
You-
stayed there.
And you left your car at the McDonald's?
Right.
Okay. So when Mr. Gens calls and says, come pick me up at McDonald's, you had to go there anyway.
Yeah, right.
So about what time was it, sir, when you and
It was
Francis went to McDonald's?
about 10:30.
At night?
Yeah.
And when you got there, did you see Joe Gens?
Yeah, he was walking back and forth.
Okay. Where was he? Inside or outside of the
Outside,
McDonald's?
smoking a cigarette.
He's outside, walking back and forth, smoking a cigarette. Now, knowing Joe Gens, did that seem a little unusual for you, what he was doing?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he never, usually when he walk outside, he was smoking a cigarette back and forth. He'd be nervous about
He was
something.
nervous.
Right.
Okay. Could you tell he was upset?
Yeah,
Okay. Was he talking on the phone while he's walking, nervous and upset?
yeah.
Did you hear the words that he used when he was talking on the
He
phone?
said he's going away for 20 years or more.
He said that on the phone,
Yeah,
and you heard him say that.
yeah.
Now, did you get a chance to look at Mr. Gens that day?
Yeah, son.
Anything unusual about his appearance?
Yeah, he had a little scratch on his face, that's it.
Okay. Did it appear to be a fresh scratch to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it appear to be a kind of a scratch you get when you shave?
No,
It appeared different than a shaving scratch.
right.
Now, did you get in the car with Francis and Joe Gens to leave
No,
McDonald's?
I took my own car when I went home with the bed.
Did you have a conversation with Mr. Gens at that McDonald's? Talk
No,
to him?
I had to say goodbye to him. He jumped in Francis' van and they took off.
Well, I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't catch much of that
I
last
didn't
sentence.
understand that either. Can you repeat it?
He's
He jumped in Francis' van and took off.
Okay. Did you say
He
what
jumped in
I
Francis' van
Thank you.
Did you tell us that you said goodbye to him,
Yeah, I said goodbye to him
and he jumped in Francis' car,
and took off.
and they took off together?
Yeah, I don't know where they went.
Okay, you didn't get in the car with Francis
No,
and
I have my
Joe.
own car, no.
Okay, all right, that's all I have.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you too gave a statement with respect to what you observed with Joe Gens.
Yeah,
You gave a signed statement,
yeah,
and I mean no disrespect, sir, but you can read and write, correct?
yeah.
I'm sorry?
I can read a little bit, not that good, no.
Well, Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Judge, may we approach counsel now?
Sure. Sir, I'm going to hand you a document and ask you if you recognize that document.
I can't see it, so
You need readers?
let me see.
Will that help?
Try it. I'm just not that good of a reader, though. I'll try.
Okay. Just take a look at, I'm not asking you any specific
Yeah, okay.
questions except whether you recognize what that document is.
Your Honor, based on our sidebar conversation, can we give the witness an opportunity to review that?
Yeah. Sir, take as much time as you need. Let me know when you're able to identify it or not.
While he's doing that, can we approach?
Yes.
I can't actually, I cannot read that.
Okay, hold on one second.
Sir, may I have that document
Sure.
back?
Sure.
No, keep the glasses for a minute. I'm going to ask you a question. Now we're both at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Do you recognize this right at the bottom?
What's it say? My name?
Is that your name, sir?
No.
That's not your
The
name?
last name is, not the first name.
That's not your signature?
No.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the same question again about the second page. Do you recognize what that is?
That's my signature.
Okay. And would it appear to you, sir, as I'm showing you this document, page 3, your signature,
Yes, my signature.
page 4, your signature,
Yes, sir.
and all the rest of the pages
Yeah,
have
yeah.
your signature,
Right,
correct?
except the first one. The first one has a mid.
Does that look like it may be cut off to you, and if you're having problems seeing that,
No,
let me know.
it's got an accent on it. My name starts with G.
Okay, so that is not your
No,
signature.
not the first one. The second one is, yeah.
Okay,
Here's your
recall-
glasses.
Oh, thank you.
And don't forget those. Yeah, really.
Do you recall, sir, the circumstances under which you gave this statement?
Yeah.
Okay, and where was it you gave that statement?
I gave it to Detective Corey over there, sitting over there.
I'm sorry, sir?
Detective over there. Detective.
Okay. And for the record, you have, I'm sorry, sir, your name? Detective Williams. Is that
Yes,
right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Now, you gave this statement to the best of your recollection, I think the prosecutor asked you, on about February or about February 28th?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
At the time you gave this statement, was your friend, Mr. Gens, already under arrest?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you indicated you know Mr. Gens well,
You know, I knew him when I was younger. When he was younger. 'Cause
grew up together?
Yeah, well, I used to know his sister.
Okay.
And I ran into him about almost a year and a half, 2 years ago.
But in any event, you would consider yourself to be Mr. Gens's friend.
Yeah. Never had nothing against him.
Now, the prosecutor asked you some questions about the night of the January 24th, and you indicated that your car was parked at a McDonald's, correct?
Yeah, 11 in Gratiot.
That was 11 in Gratiot, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you're certain that it was 11 in Gratiot?
Yeah, so I'm always hanging out there. I don't go in Detroit that much.
Okay. And, sir, it is your testimony that your car, well, let me ask you, and I'm not asking you for your exact address, but I'm going to assume for a minute you live somewhere near that McDonald's?
A mile away.
Okay, so it's a walkable distance.
Yeah,
All right. In any event, you get a phone call at approximately what time?
between 10 and 10:30.
And that would be from Mr. Gens.
Yeah, Joe called me.
And after you have a conversation with Mr. Gens,
I only said one word. He wanted to talk to Francis, so I gave her the phone because I told her she was in the bathroom.
in any event, after that phone call, you drive up to the McDonald's at Gratiot and 11 Mile.
Yeah, me and Francis drove out there in our van, and
And who is Francis, sir?
it's in front of ours.
Male or female?
It's a female.
Does Francis have a last name?
I forget her last name.
What is your relationship with
Just
this
a friend.
Francis?
Just a friend.
Does she live at
No,
your
no,
residence?
No. She never did.
And so it is your testimony, and you've lived in this area how long, sir?
Since I was a kid.
Okay.
Roseville, grew up in Roseville all my life.
Okay. So it's your testimony that you drive up with Francis to pick up Mr. Gens.
Yeah.
And that, in fact, is what happens, right?
Yeah, well, she wanted Francis to pick him up, so she picked him up. I took off in my car, went home.
Now, that, you're dropped off at your car.
Yeah.
Now, that McDonald's, is there a mobile gas station? Is
Yeah.
it part of the mobile gas
Yeah,
station?
it's a mobile gas station, McDonald's.
Right on the corner of
right.
696 and Gratiot.
Right.
Sir, if I can get you to just slow down and wait on you to finish answering
Oh.
the question
Sure.
before you answer, because the gentleman in front of you
I
is
see.
trying to take down the both of you.
Sure. Sorry.
I'm going to change topics here for a moment. You indicated that Mr. Gens originally approached you about being involved in some hit and run, correct?
Well, he asked if he could, I know I can get a car to do that. I
Well,
said,
but he wanted you to participate in
Yeah,
this.
he asked me to help. I said, no, I want to get involved. I said, I
Okay.
want.
So he asked you not only that time, but he asked you a couple times after that.
Right.
Now, you gave this information about, or you gave testimony about an individual that he named just Bob, right? He
Yeah.
gave you some information about, or he said something about Bob,
He just mentioned it one time, that was it.
just the one time. Yeah, and at the time that he said it, you don't know whether Mr. Gens is telling the truth, whether he's making it up.
Right.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
I don't have any questions, John.
Thank you, sir. You may come down.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Watch your step.
You want to approach?
Yes. Right. Court will be in recess for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
I don't.